Hello everyone. Today we are starting a new lesson, a new topic. We're going to talk about links. If someone asks you and tells you what is the most important thing in HTML, tell him it's the links. And basically this is simply because your site consists of a page that is linked to another page, that is linked to another page, that is linked to another page, and so on. All, with no exceptions, all sites go that way. So you have so many links, like pages connected to another pages, connected to maybe another video, connected to another object like image, and so on. A connection or the concept of links is very simple. It's like you are creating a connection between 2 points, like the starting point and connect to the ending point. So or your source and destination. That is the concept of a link. We have actually different types of links. We have the external and the internal, or in other words, they call them the absolute and the relative. The absolute and the relative. The absolute, which is the external, like when you have a link that is linked to another external site, like you are connected to you're trying to connect to google.com or microsoft.com. So that's an external. But if you are trying to connect to another HTML page within your same folder, that's a relative. Or maybe you're trying to connect to a section on your page, or a phone number, or your email, that's called a relative. So and there is several techniques to do that. Like when you are trying to connect to outside, you need to put the external or the absolute, you need to put the HTTPS. And if you are not, you don't have to put the HTTP or the HTTPS. So if you look at this screen here or this slide here, we have two different the absolute and the relative. Here in the absolute we have HTTP or HTTPS, stands for secure. We're going to talk about that later, but anyway, you need to put the HTTP. And if you are connecting to another spot in your same folder, or another folder, or another HTML file, or another image, you don't have to put the HTML. You don't have to put the HTTPS. How we're going to do this in HTML? Okay, so here is the document. Here is our document. Here is the body tag, and between the body, the open and close, 2 tags. So we're going to use the anchor element. It's a double tag actually. It's open and close, so it's with the A. And then you can see here between the A here, the open and close, you're going to put any text you like. That's going to be on your let's say I'm going to put my destination. So I'm going to save that. You see here, my destination. But guess what? If I keep clicking, nothing happened. We need to type something here. We need to type your destination, actually, where you want to go, what you want to link. And you do this with the href attribute. Href is hypertext reference. So you put, let's say, want to connect to Google. So since Google is an external, or Microsoft, so you need to put the HTTP double slashes, then you put the google.com. Then I will save. Now if I refresh or reload, then now when I click on my destination, it takes you right away to Google. So you can see here we link to the Google. You can do the same thing here with any other Excel, like Microsoft.com. So let's say I want to change this href to Microsoft.com. I will save that, and then you notice here the color of the link. It's blue. So I'm going to reload now. See, it's blue. If you click and hold on it, it's red. This has to do with active and inactive links. So every time you use a link in your website, it's going to change its color. But anyway, we're going to talk about that later. Now, when I click on my destination, guess what? It's not going to go to Google anymore. It's going to go to the new link, which is what? The Microsoft. So this is an absolute link, not a relative, absolute, or an external. So let me go back again here. Another way and you can type anything, by the way. This my destination. I can type anything, any text. Hello, it's me. Anything. Gubensi. Hello, it's me. When you click on hello, it's me, it's going to take you to Microsoft still. So because the href. Okay, let me reload that. Refresh, and then you click. So you can type here. Here is any text you want. Any text you want. So you can type it here. So let me just let's call it here again. Destination. I want to call it that way. So every time you click on it, it's going to take you to your destination. So now we want to try another thing. If we remove the HTTPS, let's remove the HTTPS. So I'm going to remove this HTTPS and then Microsoft.com. Command. Now when I click on destination, guess what's going to happen? It's going to give you an error for sure. Let me reload that, refresh. Then it's going to give you an error. It's not going to go anywhere. There is no Microsoft. Cannot get to Microsoft because that's an external. You have to put the HTTPS. But guess what? You can put an internal file. I created an internal file here. I call it fake HTML. And that fake has nothing in the document other than hello world. I have hello world. That's fake. So let's connect this to hello world to fake.html. So I created a file called fake.html. You can see it's right there, fake.html. But let me close it. I'm going to type here, rather than Microsoft.com, I'm going to type the fake.html. Now I will save. I will refresh. Oops, I don't know. Okay, refresh. Now when I click on destination here, it should take you to that file that you created, the internal or the relative one. It says hello world. So that's the file that I created, the fake HTML. And if you look here, it doesn't have anything other than h1 hello world. So let me go back again. Let's go back again here. Okay, and refresh. So this is how you do the relative. Also, you can even connect to rather than using a destination or text. I can put an image here. I can create an image, and that image is a link by itself. So you click on the image, it's going to take you to. Let's try this. So rather than the word destination, I'm going to put an image here. So I'm going to put an image between the open anchor and the close anchor. So I'm going to put an image. So we do image. If you remember image, we do this with the image tag. And you put the source. We don't need the else now, so remove the else. Remember we talked about that a long time ago. I'm going to put the source here. I have so many images in my image document, so it's my image folder. I have images in my image folder. I'm going to pick one of them, natural1.jpg. So now I save. You notice here when I reload here, so now we have what? Guess what? We have the image. Rather than having the word destination. So rather than destination, I have the image here. When I click on the image, it takes you what? It takes you the hello world. It takes you to the document you have over here. So now your image became the link itself. So let me just delete this. So your image became the link. So every time you click on the image, let me reload that, it takes you to the file. Okay, so this is another example we can do. Let me just remove this. I'll put back the word destination because it makes more sense here. Because that I'm going to put destination. Okay, and then I'm going to do here. Let me just go back again here. Oops. Okay. Yeah, it's working now. So let me go back. Now I want to try something else. I want to put some text, and I want to link to a to somewhere on my website. So let's say I have a website that has some text. I want to go from the top of my page to the bottom. So it's still relative, rather than connecting to another file. So I have some text here in a different folder. Let me just copy and paste for the sake of time. So I'm going to copy and paste what I have here in my index.html. I have so many text here. So I'm going to Command C, then I'm going to close that, and I'm going to copy it over here. Command V. Oops, what is that? It didn't do anything, so let me just delete that again. Okay, Command S. I'm going to back again to the file. I'll get some of these text. Okay, I want to copy these texts here. I prepared it in advance just for the sake of time. I don't want to waste your time. So Command C. Then I'm going to go to my index.html, and I'm going to copy it over here. Command V. Command S. You notice here we have a document with section 1, section 2, section 3, just sections, blah 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 blah, any words. It's just you're typing any text for the sake of testing. Now when I click on destination, what's going to happen? It's still going to go to the fake HTML. But let's try it. You want to make sure that it's still going to. I don't want this to happen. I want to go like to section 11 or to the bottom of the page. To do this, I'm going to go here, and you notice here I'm creating sections, and every section has an ID. So what's section 11? All the way at the bottom here, section 11, and that section 11 has an ID sec11. ID sec11. So the way you do this, you put in the href attribute, you put the hashtag or the pound sign, and you put sec11, which is the ID of the section, the ID of the link, like where you want to go. So I'm Command Save. Now I'm going to reload my page, and then when I click on destination, it shouldn't take you to anything external. It should take you all the way to the bottom of the page, all the way to the bottom of the page to section 11. See now, section 11. It takes you to section 11. So this is still you are doing this internal connection or internal link. Okay. So let me just, I'm going to, this is this text actually, I'm going to remove all this text now. And to make it like simple as the beginning, as we start. Okay, Command S, everything is gone. When you click here, okay. Now, let's say you want to connect to an image. So let's say you want to go to an image. So you need to put the image. So I have an image here in href. You put the path of the image. So let's say I'm going to put the path of the image. So I'm going to put images. Okay, and then nature to here I pick an image like sport. Command S. Now let's see what's going to happen. See now the destination. Let me reload here again. Now when I click in destination here, it should take me to the image. So let's see what's going to happen. Takes you to the image. But remember, this image has to be locally in your, it's here we have an image folder, and it's sports, what it has to be local. It's still relative. Okay, so let me just go back again to here. One thing I want to do here, I want to close this, and I want to reopen it again for, okay. Yeah, because this let me now open it again. Okay guys, very important thing is I forgot to tell you about an attribute that let's say you want to open a new tab rather than having the link, like in our case here we're having the link here in the same tab, which, see that tab, when I click here it's going to take me to the image. We're still in the same tab, but let's say I want to do this in a separate tab. To do this, you need to add an attribute that is called the target. The target attribute has several options, either blank, parent, self on top. So the self is the default. So when you click here, it's going to take you in the same exact tab, which is the self. So the default, if you write self underscore self is the default, so there is no need. But if you write blank underscore blank, see what's going to happen here. I will save and I will refresh, reload. Notice when I click on destination here, it's not going to open in the same, it's going to open a new tab with the picture. See what's going to happen here. Here is the new tab with the picture. The old tab is still open. Here is the new tab. So the blank and the top, and I'll let you guys can play with that, but I want you to remember two things, important things. The self is the default that's open in the same tab, and the underscore blank is that's going to give you a new a new tab. Okay. One thing also, by the way, you can connect to a mail or a phone or JavaScript. Let's try that. So rather than connecting to the okay, let me just remove this picture. I don't need this picture anymore, but I want to connect to let's say to mail. I want to mail, so I'm gonna say here mail to, oops, it has mail to, then you put colon, then you write any email you want. So let's say I'm gonna write any email I want. Email dot and Yahoo. So mail to, you put in the href mail to, and then let me remove the blank, this blank, I don't need it anymore. I don't need the target attribute, and I want to change this destination to mail. Here's mail. I'm gonna save that. You see here mail. Okay, I'm gonna reload, refresh. When I click on mail, it should take you to that email that you mentioned. It says mail to, you need to remember mail to colon, and then you put the email that you want. So when I click on mail, it's gonna take you to that mail. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, don't save. This is one thing you can do. Also, I can do a telephone. So rather than connecting, linking to a mail, I can connect to a phone. So I can create a link to a phone. I will write phone here, but I'm going to change this. Again, this is not anymore. So rather than mail, I'm going to put TAL colon, and then you put the phone number you want. Okay, let's move 918-765-5. Let's say this is a phone. This is just a fake phone number, any phone number. Then I'm going to save that. And then as soon as you, okay, let me reload. As soon as you click on phone, it's going to take you, open FaceTime, it's going to take you to that phone. So there is no need to do that anymore. Also, another thing, or maybe this is the last thing, I'm sorry, I'm getting long, so this is, I promise, this is the last thing. You can even write JavaScript, and you don't have to worry about that. When we get to the JavaScript portion, I'm going to tell you exactly what is that. But now you can, over here, you can say JavaScript, and then again colon, and then you can put any JavaScript code you want. Alert. Okay, let me try this. Don't have to worry about what I'm typing. I'm going to explain this later. So let's say I'm going to put hello world here. Alert. Hello. Oops. Okay. Oh, what I'm typing. Okay. Hello world. And then I'm going to put here, rather than phone, I could put any text. I'm going to put JavaScript testing code, and I will save that JavaScript testing code. I will refresh. Now when I click here, actually let me tell you what is that that JavaScript code alert. That's going to open a new window for you with this alert hello world. That is in JavaScript. But again, you don't have to worry about that, how we create this. When we talk about Java, when we start JavaScript, I will go over that. So now when I click over here in JavaScript testing, it's going to open a window, a little small window, separate window, says hello world. Okay, so anyway, there's so many other things and details about links, but this is all what I want you to know at this point of time. Maybe later on, when we start working with CSS and JavaScript, we'll learn more stuff about link. But this is the main thing that you can do. There's so many things you can do with link, and that's why it's the most important thing in HTML. I think that's enough for today, and I will see you guys in next lesson. See you.